Good morning, everyone. It's Lee Henson, President and Founder of AgileDad, and it's time for today's episode of the Daily Stand-Up. So without any further ado, let's get started. Today, I wanted to discuss with you an article that was sent to me regarding the 5 different types of value for product owners and for product managers with regard to their product backlog. Now, I have, as usual, a sham wow and it works for you, but wait, there's more. I'm going to expand those 5 values into 6. So you're going to hear about 6 values today. So here we go. The first value I want to talk to you about is called commercial value. Now, this is the most direct type of value. It should exist within every item of your backlog. It's determining when all other things are kept equal, would the work result in net profit? Right. So this is the literal commercial value. So for example, an item generates commercial value when upon its delivery to customers pay to acquire it. Okay, yeah, there you go. That delivers commercial value. That means that someone is going to be purchasing. It's a pretty simple one, right? This is the one that most of us are familiar with. It could be paid downloadable content. It could be, and I think that this is just something you have to consider. So when you ask the question with the product goal in mind, how does this item increase our revenue or profit as a business? That is when you're going to have that answer. That is when you know it's delivering commercial value. So that's the easy one. Let's talk about a couple of more difficult ones. Let's go with efficiency value. So not all items on your backlog will generate revenue, but an item could save you time, right? It could influence profit indirectly by decreasing cost of productions, maintenance, or delivery. It's just work that simplifies, automates, reduces, or smoothens out something. It makes everything flow better. So when you start thinking about infrastructure and architecture, those are the kind of things that come to mind right away that provide efficiency value. It's going to give us a big win later. It's going to give us a big gain, right? These are items that improve your cost efficiency by spending less money for the same amount of value that's derived for stakeholders later. So that's efficiency value. Once again, not one that's pretty out there. If you change the code base that allowed you to run the background with fewer touches, okay, yeah, well then there you go. Fewer touch points, that's efficiency. Okay, so the next one's called market value. This is another one that everybody's going to look at me and say, I know, Captain Obvious. A product is only successful, or it's only as successful as the number of potential users and customers that are aware of it. Absolutely. You could have the best product in the world, but if no one knows you have the best product in the world, no one's ever going to come to it. So much like we do in all of our AgileDad training classes, we try to get all of our friends and fans and you, the AgileDad University Network, to tell other people about the value that we provide because we feel like we provide a good market value. So this could be set up copywriting for a simple website. It could be market value provided by a podcast, like the Daily Stand-Up podcast. It's just you have to ask yourself, with the product goal in mind, how does this item allow me to attract more users or customers, right? I forgot to do that with efficiency. With the efficiency one, the question should be, with the product goal in mind, how does this item save us money or time? So I think that's a good one. Okay, let's talk about customer value. Even when your product's generating revenue, has high cost efficiency and is well known to users, it's still hard for it to be successful if customers don't stick around or switch to a competitor the first opportunity they get. So are you generating customer attention? Are you helping people stay within your product, right? It's stickiness, I guess, is the best way to describe it. How well are your customers going to stick to your product or service? The key question to ask here is, with the product goal in mind, how does this item increase the likelihood that a customer will continue to use our product and not switch off and use a competitor's? Good question. The next one is future value. There's inevitably going to be some work that your product just doesn't deliver any clear kind of value. There's something in there that it could cause problems or significant cost in the future. This is called, it could eliminate those, I should say. And this is called future value. So if you have something that it doesn't provide any value right now, but it's going to cause things to clear up later, you're delivering something now to take care of debt later. So reduction of technical debt is an example of this category. You want to make sure that you're constantly working and striving towards reducing debt whenever you can. For each of these items, the question is, with the product goal in mind, how does this item save us money or time in the future? Fair question. I think the thing is, more than anything, that you have to start a conversation around value, because I promised you a 6th value type. And a 6th value type is the scariest one, and that's no value. And I think that sometimes we just have to come out and admit and say, hey, this really doesn't apply. This doesn't have value. And it's hard sometimes to tell someone that that their dream, that their baby, that their product, that has no value. But the truth is, it's something that we need to get used to doing. So I think here, in context, these 5 values make a lot of sense. It drives conversation. It helps you get the right product ownership model in mind, and it helps you think things through. So one more time, in case you missed them, we had commercial value, efficiency value, market value, customer value, future value, and then of course my Lagniappe, no value. I hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Daily Stand-Up. As always, we encourage you to write in if you have an idea for an episode that you'd like to hear, to learn more at agiledad.com. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time.